we are going to perform what we call butt joint by using TIG welding machine in downhand position. So today we are here by showing you how you can perform a butt joint. When I say butt joint, you have to understand to join two pieces in downhand position by using our TIG welding process. So let us start by checking our machine if it's well connected and it is in a good condition. The parts of our equipment is good and well. Here is where the nozzle which helps us to hold our electrode. As you know, the TIG welding process is a welding what we use a tungsten electrode and the inert gas. The inert gas we have today, we are going to use is an argon gas, which helps us to protect our weldmate to the atmospheric contamination. And you have to understand that our electrode we use here is like this, is a tungsten, which is not consumable electrode. This electrode is not consumable. Before using, you have to go to the grinding wheel, and you try to sharpening it like this to give it a shape like this, which is a sharp. You see how it is a sharp. After sharpening it correctly, you have to come and inserting in our electrode holder, and which can call welding gun. We can insert our electrode so that it appeared here outside, because this electrode is the one which produced the heat which helps us to fuse and to melt our pieces in order to being joined together. So this is our electrode inserted to the welding gun. Okay, after inserting our electrode correctly, we have to check if our F cable is well inserted. Yes, here is good. And we connect to the welding table correctly. After connecting it, you have to switch on your machine. The switch of this machine is here, there, over. So now our machine is switched on. You see, it indicates some indication here. So after starting, you have to check if our machine is open on the AC. You have to choose, because this machine it's combined two welding process. It's combined the manual metal arc welding process. It's like a sheet metal arc welding and the TIG welding. If you are going to use a manual metal arc welding, here you see the indication of a yellow color. You have to change, you have to press here. After pressing here, the color indicate where you choose. Here you see that we are choosing manual metal arc welding. But now today, because we are going to use a TIG welding process, you have to choose a TIG welding. Means tungsten inert gas welding. So after choosing the kind of welding process you are going to use, you have to choose the kind of polarity you are going to use. Here we are going to use the kind of electricity we are going to use. Here we are going to use the current which is DC. But when you are going to weld like the aluminum, you have to choose AC, alternative current. But here, because we are going to weld the mud steel, this is a mud steel sheet, we have to use the DC current, the direct current. So is the reason why we choose DC current. After choosing the current, we have seen that we are going to use DC machine. This is DC direct current. You have to come here to adjust and to open our cylinder valve. To see if inside of our cylinders there is something like a gas that we are going to use for shielding our bead. So now we are finished to open our cylinder valve. After finishing to open our cylinder valve, we have to adjust the rate of gases we are going to use, the rate which will be flowing in welding process. So here we have to place this pedal, welding pedal. After placing it, we have to adjust by using this knob. This knob, it helps us to adjust up to the pressure we need to use here. On this flow meter, it's indicates. So here we are going to use around 10 or 12 liters per minute. Means after adjusting these flowing liters per minute, nothing special, only is to come to our working press. Then we proceed our working. Let us install where our working press. You see, when I am going to weld, I have to sit, and my feet must be on this pedal. My foot, you see that my foot is on my pedal. But before, by increasing the current or reducing current, here there is the adjustment of our current. When I place, you have to understand that when you place, you let the current flows on our electrode, which helps us to see and to fuse our working piece. So when you see that our current is not enough, you have to increase by using this adjusting. You have to increase up to the current what we need to use, what we want to use. So let us start by checking if our current is correct, and continue by welding. So before welding, you have to wear your safety precaution. You have to wear the welding gloves, which is proper and which is good for TIG. These are the TIG welding gloves. The welding gloves special for TIG, and you have to wear the safety shielding, the shielding in order to protect your eyes. And then We have to check if the current is correct. Before seeing the current, you must press, then we hear the sound or the noise which comes out in order to, first of all, the flowing gas comes before to clean our workpiece where we are going to weld and to protect, to shield our molten metal. So let us start by checking. Yeah, now you see that the current it's okay now. So if you check your current is good and it's what we need, it's that you need, you have to install correctly your workpiece. Remember that we are going to perform a butt joint in 1G in a downhand position. So means that in order to perform that butt joint, you have two pieces. You suppose to have two pieces in order to get where you put the joint. A butt joint, we are going to perform a butt joint. First of all, you start by looking if your edge preparation is good. Now our edge is good. Then you start by tacking it. You start by tacking. In order to fill our gap, you have to use the proper filler metal which is special for TIG welding. This filler metal is different from that one we have used on oxyacetylene gas welding. Remember where that process we use also the filler metal, but the filler metal we was used that day is different from this one we are going to use today. This is special for TIG welding process. So let us start. This filler metal, it helps us to fuse our parent metals. This filler metal, it helps us to fill the joint to the gap. After making a tack weld, we have seen that our pieces are joined together by tacking. So now let us start by making a full weld, by making a bead. A butt joint is a joint did in the downhand position and fuse the edges in order to get a good joint. Let us start. After seeing the molten metal of this one, you have to add the filler metal slow by slow. The filler metal must be inserted on the center of molten metal. We have to throw our molten metal so that we reach to our perfect job. Now we finish for making a boot joint by using TIG welding process. This is a butt joint. Remember to hold our work. This is our product, our final product is a butt joint we did by using a TIG welding process. So now, because we use a TIG welding process, there is no need of cleaning very well because it's a clean weld we did. So now you see that our weld is good and we're clean. Nothing to add, only easy to check if our welding is good. Now I see, and now we see that our weld mate is good and seeing very pretty. After performing this butt joint, you have to start by cleaning where you work, the working area. And arrange all things to the line in order to stay your workshop clean, so that tomorrow we will be continue in the clean place, in the clear place. After doing arrangement of all things, you have to disconnect you have to switch off your machine. After switch off your machine, arrange all cables used in welding. After arranging our cables, you remember to close your cylinder valve and close the control valve. So thank you for today. Thank you for attending. See you next time in next class. Thank you.